preparing for my upcoming vacation, in between the listening to all this stuff out here in these YouTube streets, it's definitely been keeping me company and motivating me to continue to do all that I have to do. And let me ask you a question. If somebody cussed your child, and when I say child, I'm talking about elementary school age child. If somebody cussed your child and threatened to put your child on porn sites, could you ever be back cool with that individual again? They say, you're supposed to forgive and forget. There's just some shit I ain't gonna forget. And trust and believe. You do some shit like that to me, if I'm ever cool with you again, it's only because I got something for your ass. I promise you. We can go back and forth, but there's just some lines you just don't cross with me. And fucking with kids, especially my baby, and you threaten to put my baby on some porn sites, I will have so many ass whoopings for you. First and foremost, I'm going to beat your ass for even having such a thought like that about a child. Let alone my child, any child. That's ass whooping number one. So, now put the shoe on the other foot. If I cross the line with somebody and threaten to do some dastardly shit to somebody's child, I'm smart enough to know that that would be the point of no return. Ain't no calling a truce. I already know it. I done overstepped some boundaries. We ain't never gonna be cool again. So only an individual who is daft would think that you could say and make threats like that against somebody's child and align yourself with the mother again and think, all is a no. All the water ain't under the bridge. I don't know. Maybe that's just the Leo in me, and I can forgive and overlook a whole lot of shit. But there's just certain lines don't you ever cross with me. And after you cross them lines, if I'm cool with you again, it ain't for a good reason. Because I ain't never going to forget that shit. Am I vindictive? Not all the time. But I got a vindictive streak in me. There's just certain shit I don't play with. saying, View. There's a certain shit I just don't play with. And mothers don't forget when it comes to their babies. I don't know. If I was Treecey, I wouldn't be trusting no fire babe. Not the shit I done threatened concerning her daughter, who ain't had shit to do with nothing. You know, some people just ain't bright in these YouTube streets. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with them. It is. You know, from the aspect, I mean, I know Treecey done said and done a lot of shit, but the one thing that sticks out in my mind is threatening to put a baby on porn sites, on the dark web or some shit. Honey, if it was my child, I might befriend, and I'll put befriend in quotes, Treecey again, but that's only to fuck her up. That's it. That would be the only reason. I mean, what kind of relationship can you have with a person who went that far? Other than you want to relate your fist in a fucking mouth. That's it. Speak on it. That's it. And these people in this sector, these YouTube streets, they snaky as hell. And I tell you, if Fire Babe slither around and bite the shit out of Treecey, I can't say I'd be mad at her for that. Anybody, especially a woman, needs their ass beat for threatening to put a child on porn sites. A child who ain't never said a wayward cross word to you. You got something going on, a beef with the mother, fine. But you crossing lines when you start talking about those babies. So yeah, she can align with Fire Babe, and Fire Babe can line her up and get her in a perfect formation for a good shot. And I wouldn't be mad at all. But stupid is the person who thinks they can befriend the mother of the child they made such disgusting threats about. Stupid is the person. Because if I was Treecey, I wouldn't trust Fire Babe as far as I can throw her. I wouldn't. That would be wisdom. You know you done did some foul shit to somebody and you think they ain't forgot that they gonna, when it comes to their baby girl, that they just gonna completely erase that shit ever happened? Hell no. Well, you know, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Yeah, I'm not seeing too many wise people out in these YouTube streets, but look at the sector it is. Why would I expect that? Anyway, my sinuses are already messing with me at this point in time. So I'm going to go do a little bit more of what I got to do, and then I'm going to call it a night and go to bed and see what else is going on. But this is some interesting shit, I tell you. Um, Listen, we can compare Treecey and Rob to Misunderstood and what's that guy's name? She went to see whatever that guy's name she went to see in Atlanta. Little fat, pudgy guy. Say what you want to say about that guy Misunderstood went to see, but he was very respectful towards her. He really was. What was his name? Envy. You know, we ain't seen no disrespect on his part. We didn't hear about him being disrespectful, aggressive, or none of that when she wasn't online. None of that. This Rob guy, I don't know. Yeah, the Treecey's nuts. I've been trying not to say that, but she's nuts. None of this adds up. You know, I just can't understand how she's okay with this dude who, you know what? I'm just not feeling my best right now. And I don't even want to think about this anymore because I feel myself starting to get a headache. But she better wise up. And to tell you the truth, if I was Treecey, I'd let that nigga drink himself into oblivion until he passed out, and I would pack my shit and leave. I'd cut my losses because I'm sure she paid for the Airbnb. I would cut my losses. I would leave that nigga like the Jews left Christ. I would be out. But Treecey thinks that this is love. I don't know. I see abusive relationship. She even look. We seen him bang her head up against the wall the other day, right? No telling what goes on when they're not online. If he's hit her, if he's even hurt her even more, just being rough and aggressive. But let's just say that hasn't happened. Treecey's already acting like a woman in a domestic violence situation. Mentally. She talks like a woman a battered woman. And what I mean by that is she keeps making excuses for him. I mean, we see thunder and lightning. She's telling us it's sunshine. Just like a battered woman. Making excuses. And, saying the sky is pink when it's blue. And we're supposed to go for that. We're not supposed to believe our eyes. We're supposed to think that his behavior that we see is all an act. He's a shock jock. And we're supposed to believe that he is the perfect gentleman when they aren't live. I'm not buying that. With him, what we see is what we get. A disgusting, uncouth, drunken child. She has no problem with him having this gun, so she says. But if you go back to the video the other day, and the first time he got the gun, he didn't pull it out. You can see he tucked it in his waist. But when he was getting the gun, he was looking for it, and you could see she was nervously, she knew what he was looking for. But she was asking, babe, what are you looking for? What are you looking for? And you could see the thoughts in her mind. He's looking for the gun. Oh my God, what is he going to do? Am I going to get shot on live? And then he crosses behind her and goes in another area. He says, oh, I know where it is. It's over here. And then he steps to her, and you see her lean over towards the wall because he has invaded her personal space, and there was no other place for her to go but to lean up against the wall. And he's standing there, and you can see the bulge of the gun in the front of his waistband, and he's standing there with his arms down and his fists clenched. That ain't for show. And she knows it's not for show. If she want to be in denial about the situation, I guess that might be her coping skill or her defense mechanism. But I ain't going. She just makes excuses for him. So it is what it is. Just sit back and enjoy. Again, Kimmy did all that she could do. She is now the scapegoat. And some people are pointing their fingers at her, saying that she's the bad guy. But there's more than enough people who are supporting her than those who are pointing their fingers at her. And those finger pointers are nothing but enablers whom some have their own personal reasons why they are enabling Treecey in this relationship. Some want to see her get her ass beat. Some want this situation to go real left before day 7. And some are battered women in their minds themselves. It is what it is. You'll see it, right? I can't be the only one who sees this shit. But anyway, I'm going to go now. I'll catch up with you later. Thanks for stopping by, View. Peace.